Before anyone asks, yes, I am hungover because I went to an Amanda Marshall concert. So I would like to thank Pinot Grigio and Prosecco and a dash of draft beer for creating the look that you see before you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Indulge Me. Wow, did we learn so much from episode 1? I did in the sense that I need better suggestions for facial powder. I couldn't have been more greasy. And let me tell you, that look did not go day to night. It did not go day to night. If you are watching this, then you are going to see the glory that is me hungover, wearing every inch of Amanda Marshall merch that I could throw on my body. I did go to a concert last night. I did drink the drinks. And I do have a story to tell about that. And let's just get into it, shall we? Like I said, went to the Amanda Marshall concert. If you are listening or watching this and have no idea who Amanda Marshall is, how dare you? Good God, girl, get a grip. Okay? Amanda Marshall, amazing singer. She's a Canadian icon, legendary, a lover of mine, so talented, angelic, wonderful. She is the women and the songs. Me, of course, referencing Women and Songs, the collection of female artists from the late 90s, 2000s? I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, Denise, I don't remember. You can Google it too. Anyways, she's amazing. She had an incredible 3 albums, disappeared for 20 years and was back. And let me tell you, she was back, baby. She was back in the biggest of ways. And damn, did I have a good time. I had the best time. And I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I struggle to be unabashedly into something. And it's not that I'm too cool for school. I like music. I love music. Who doesn't? That's weird. Get into it. Get into it, Carol. Bust a move. You're going to have a good time. But sometimes when I go to a concert or I'm at an event, I'm looking around for chairs, which we're going to get into later. I start looking around being there's so many people here. Are there snack options? How much are the drinks? So sometimes I find that I can't really just let loose. And let me tell you, honey, last night I had no problem. Oh my God. Did the moments of whimsy take me? They took me in a way that now, as I am hungover, in my hungover body, I am just reliving the unabashed energy that I was giving last night. And so if you were sitting around me, I'd like to formally apologize. I went with some friends. We had great seats. And we didn't think they were going to be good seats. So let me paint the picture. We don't know if the seats are going to be good. And so we are approaching the seats. And when you go to a concert and you're oh my gosh, you're getting closer and you're our seats, they're going to be good. They're going to be good. They're really good. And we were in the balcony. We could see everything. And I am an unabashed merch whore. I love buying merch. It's a weakness. If ever asked at a job interview, I would have to bring that up as my greatest weakness is that I will buy merch. I'm looking for merch. I want it. And so I'd already purchased the shirt before the concert and changed at the seat. Do you understand the level of just sure insanity?
I hope you keep on serving cunt.
Is what I thought to myself upon buying the shirt before the concert. And then I put it over my regular shirt and did the arm through the pull out and put my original shirt into my fanny pack. I tucked this into my business trouser because yes, I did wear a business trouser to the concert. And I looked to my boyfriend and I said, you have known me before the concert and you will know me after. But during, I don't know you. Amanda Marshall opens with Let It Rain. The performance was unbelievable. She was such a songstress. Is that even the word? And, I just let the music take me. The second she sang Let It Rain, I looked to my boyfriend and I said, I'm going to also have to get the sweater and the hat. As I kept saying, this money goes to the artists. What's going on with me? And the sweater was expensive. But who doesn't care about money or budgets or, future decisions? Prosecco. Okay. Doesn't care about that. Prosecco wants us to be nasty, and nasty I was. And so now I have so much Amanda Marshall merch. Amanda, it was a beautiful show. Your vocals are unreal. And I really hope you got every dollar spent for me because you deserved it. We did have to sit the entire time, except for when we as a collective group in our section decided that out of respect, we absolutely had to stand up and I had to shake my ass in my Zara office trousers. But was I finger pointing? Oh yes. Was I like leaning into my friend and like perching my head on her shoulder while we tried to harmonize? And when I mean she was an incredible singer and I was there. I went so nuts that my friends from across Massey Hall, who were in terrible seats, their words and their truth, saw me across the way dancing in such an unhinged manner with the first song that they knew where we were sitting and the section and joined us as there was an empty row behind us. But that's how unhinged I became. And this is a rarity for me. Even when I was a child, I never considered myself young. I never wanted to go to Disney or had optimism. Like I don't really let loose in that way. But last night was a different story. Oh, honey. And I would like to thank Pinot Grigio, Prosecco, and draft beer from Massey Hall for sponsoring me that evening. And because of that, I am suffering today. If you're watching, you will see all of the drinks. My bowl of banana crystals is here trying to heal me from the dangers of a hangover in your 30s. Big shout out to Hydro Flask, really helping me out at this particular juncture. Of course, not sponsored, but we know here at Indulge Me, we're always open to a sponsorship for the things that we love. You know what I mean? So I've got the DC, I've got the Diet Coke, we've got the bubbly. I wanted lime. I'm settling for orange. How can I judge this bubbly in the state that I'm in? I can't nor shan't I. Okay. I'd also like to give a big shout out to McDonald's. Hey babe, you're always there for me. I love it. Thank you for answering my call at 1 a.m. when I know I need a little something before I get a little snoozy. And I'd like to shout out the cheeseburger, the medium fry, and the McFlurry snack size. Thank you. You were really there for me. There is nothing worse. Here's the thing. I want to say this. I've made notes. It is wild that we are still allowing ourselves to get hungover in our late 30s. It is wild. It is unhinged. It is not right. And we all got to knock it the fuck off. We got to knock it off. We got to stop this. It's crazy to be hungover in your late 30s. My body can't take it. All right. I punched too hard at a boxing class 2 weeks ago and my knuckle still hurts. And I had to look it up. Middle finger knuckle still sore week after boxing. Normal ? And I might have osteoarthritis or ortheo. I'm not looking it up. But the fact that I had to do that, our bodies aren't made for this. It's wild. And side note, if you want to not ever be hungover, never do Prosecco. Okay. I think that's why 50% of marriages end in divorce is because they start with a glass of Prosecco. Why are we doing that? Why is it tasty? Why are the bubbles too much fun? Okay. But we forget that Prosecco is the devil. Prosecco is the devil. Okay. I got amazing advice from my friend Allison who said these keywords. You got to stick with clears. If you're going to drink, you got to stick with clears. I went to a wedding. I drank gin and tonics all night and I woke up not too bad. But the problem was I started drinking Coronas. Had I stuck with clears, I would have been completely fine, but I wasn't devastated. Stick with the clears. But the Prosecco of it all is really wild. I digress. There's nothing worse than being 37 hungover and walking into your kitchen and seeing that McDonald's bag, seeing it. It's waving at you. Hello. Did you have fun last night? The judgment is profound. It is profound.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Absolutely not. I'm over it. It's too rough. I'm so sweaty. I'm contemplating life. I had a wonderful night, but I'm convinced now that everyone just thought I had made such a scene, probably because I did. If I remembered to pull the video of me punching in the air dancing at Amanda last night, I will include it. I just woke up and was like, what have I done? Just so sweaty and gross and upset. And, I can't be alone. Let me know how your hangovers are if you're still doing this. You just feel terrible. And yes, I know. Then don't get that way. Okay. Noted, Donna. Thank you. Yes, I know. But here we are. Let me know in the comments and let me know what you do to cure the hangover. And the symptoms. Let's commiserate. Let's commiserate in the community. I'm so sweaty, and I hate to break it to everyone, but the cure to feeling better is moving your body. Hate to break it. It really sucks. I had a walk. I walked my 2 dogs. One is quite old, and you know what? We took it at his pace today, and I'm a new woman. I'm still sweaty, of course, but damn, does a walk fix it? And damn, does that frickin' suck. It's so unfortunate that the last thing we could possibly imagine doing when hungover is the only thing that'll turn it around. Getting outside, getting that sun on you. I hate that it's right. I hate it because we all know the sun is so smug, don't we? Imagine meeting the sun. It's like, okay, yeah, thank you. Yep, I get it. I love the optimism. I think that's why there's something nice about a cloudy day, because the sun can just kind of fuck off for a second and we can just kind of do what we want, which is always luxuriate horizontally. The thing that always gets me, and I'm curious if anyone else feels this way, and guess what? I'm going to keep saying that. I'm alone. So I am curious. Whenever I get kind of hungover, I get super existential about my life and the choices I've made and how I've ended up in this particular environment, even though I know exactly how I got there, but that's besides the point. But I always drift and dream and get on my iPad and get on Zillow and look up like little cabins off the grid, because I just luxuriate on the thought of just drifting into the abyss. I'm like, oh, I just gotta find a little house. I'm not asking for too much. A little house on a bit of land on the water where I can just drift and never see anyone again. And this is how unhinged I am. I have like a little list on Zillow of like little cottages. And unfortunately, I haven't turned off notifications. So like I'll get notifications from Zillow going, that little cottage, the price has gone down. And it's like, oh God. So yes, I'm currently in the existential thought of just going off grid in my little cottage covered in Amanda Marshall merch, just drifting off into the abyss, hoping to never be in this state ever again. Here's hoping for that. Cheers. The one thing I will say that really stood out to me, and this is going to get to another point that's happened to me in my life that I'd like to share with you, is that at that concert, it was seated. Okay. At first, when we were looking at tickets, there was like the hypotheses that there might just be like a standing area, like front close. And I don't want that. I wanted a chair. We're going to get into that. I wanted a chair. I needed a chair. And I think we all need to normalize chairs. Okay. But anyways, the whole place in Massey Hall was seated and it was wonderful. Except, when we collectively as a group decided, out of respect for, the song and the artist, that we would all stand up, because there's nothing shittier than like one person standing up and everyone seating behind you. And I know that because I once got in trouble at Casino Rama for standing up in a seated venue for Tim McGraw. I regret nothing. As I'm getting older, the bones are changing. The bones are changing. Okay. The bones are changing. We have to respect the bones. We have to respect the bones. Okay. The confidence to not respect the bones is wild and crazy. It's wild and crazy. Okay. So my love of chairs has really gotten me in trouble. In fact, my love of chairs is the reason that I am currently in my first internet beef. My first internet beef, it's a doozy.
You.
I'm currently in an internet beef with the iconic band Sloan. which is pretty cool.
I hope you keep on serving cunt.
Thank you, Luann. I am. I did a stand-up show talking about my love of chairs. I posted that clip online, and I had just gone to a Sloan concert, which was amazing. And we had a lot of fun, and there was just no chairs. And I was concerned out of the get-go. And I know Sloan is, they're a rock group. They want us to rock out. And I wanted to do that in a way that respected my ass needing to, be on something. And so anyways, made the joke. Sloan is now calling me out. Okay. They're calling me out, and I want them to know I see you, I hear you, and I love you. And I need you to let that land. They are certainly posting ticket links saying, get your chairs here. And I'd like one. I just can't believe it. I mean, I just can't believe that I'm in, a battle with Sloan. What am I to do? What am I to do is the question on the docket for today. But I have found myself, and I can't change how I feel. I want a chair. Why are we acting like we don't want a chair? Like, if I go to a house party and there's not a chair or a place to sit available, what am I to do? I find myself leaning against the wall. I need space. I'll sit on the floor, goddammit. I can't. As a kid, my parents would force me to move my body because I never wanted to go anywhere. I remember my dad asked me if I wanted to go to Disneyland, and I looked at my dad and I went, ugh, the lines. I couldn't imagine exerting myself in any particular way that went against my current and intense needs. There's no way. This is what I want to talk about. This is my little gripe, besides my internet beef with Sloan, which I'm excited to see where that takes us. Are you, Sloan? Are you excited to see where it takes you? Let me know. Now, I will say this. I have a couple of gripes. I don't know if this will be a segment, but I just wanted to share them here. I have found that the worst photo that can ever be taken of you is when you are truly and eternally happy. What's with that? Why is that always the case? I'd like to know that. Also, the person taking that photo and posting it online, it's bad. It's bad. And I know that because I have posted photos where I am the kingpin in the photo, and that's why I'm posting it. And I know that that's why you're posting it. And I don't quite understand the disrespect. Last night, I had a photo taken of me, and listen, I'm going to talk about this every episode, and you're never going to get me to stop. You're just not. My hair is thin. I've described it many times as 4 McDonald's fries run over by a bus. Some people ask, what does that mean? And the people with thin hair get it. They understand it. Flat, lifeless, salty. Okay. My hair, I was so sweaty. My hair thinned out. I had the audacity to try and curl it earlier in the day. And then I made the just absolute astronomical error of putting it in a clip, and in a bad clip. And if you have thin hair, if you're going to put your hair in a clip, you need it to be a tight clip, a clip that goes, we got you, girl. Give us 4 strands. We'll hold them. We respect you. I have no time for those big ass clips with too much room in the cage. I understand that some people will need that and require it for their density of hair. Not here. Not at Indulge Me. No, not in this nook. No. I don't have time for that. Okay. The disrespect. It's like when I would ask a friend for a hair tie. If I'm like, hey, do you have a hair tie? And they give me the biggest, thickest hair tie. It's like, what the fuck am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with that? What is this one strand of hair? Look at me pull it. What is this going to do with a thick hair tie? It'll never get tightened. It's going to fall out. You want me to embarrass myself? Okay, at your house with this big ass hair tie. The hair tie's thicker than every piece of hair I own on my entire body. So I unfortunately had the wrong clip in my fanny pack, and I'm not embarrassed by that statement. I had the wrong clip in my fanny pack, and I threw it up. And if you have thin hair, you also know this. If you put up your hair, that's the choice for the rest of the day. I will never be more jealous than seeing a woman with very thick hair pull her hair out of a ponytail or bun and shake it loose. And then she doesn't have to wash it immediately because there's no dent. Can you imagine if you're listening to this with thin hair? I see you. I hear you. I get you. Okay. Because I'm going to talk about some hair products today for my thin haired people. That's today's products. Okay. I honestly, if I were to describe my ends, it's wooden witch teeth. Okay. I have no blunt anything. Like I said, there's a lot going on. I really need a haircut. And like the way that it feels is straw. It's not good. But I don't think that my face right now can handle a bob or anything short simply because of the salt and alcohol that I've just consumed in the last 24 hours. Can't even imagine it. But I put my hair up in this freaking clip and then I was doomed. And here's the thing also, I couldn't get a good look in the hair clip. And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, you have thick hair and you can get the hell out of here, Jennifer, because I don't have time for your confidence right now. Putting your hair in a clip is a fine line between romantic, wonderful, sexy, and like teacher who's had it and can't wait for summer. Okay. And this is no disrespect to teachers, but it's like you understand the clerical look of it. And I have very thin hair, so I have to be very strategic because I will look like I just got out of a pool and like left my hair in the water. And that is what I was rocking last night. And here's the devilish decision I made for this group photo that happened. I thought, let's take it out of the clip.
You.
Exactly. Fuck me. I took my hair out of the clip. The roots were soaked in sweat from my arm dancing. Again, shout out to the chairs. And I decided to try and tousle it.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
I tried to tousle my hair and throw it over to the side, thinking that would give me some volume. The second I saw my friend pull out the selfie, like the camera to take the picture, I could see myself and I went, you're going to have to take an L on this photo. You're going to have to take the L. And we all know that. We all know when we see the group photo, it's like we have to pick our battles. Okay. And I knew I was going to lose this battle. And I also knew there was no correction. There was no clip placement that was going to be good for me. I just knew there was no coming back from it. And so I did all I could do and I smiled and I tried to angle my face. And what preceded was a very unfortunate photo for me. Everyone else in the group looks great. And this isn't one of those times where you're like, I look terrible. And then all your friends have to remind you that you're beautiful and wonderful. No, sometimes, and I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it for you. I'm going to say it for me. I'm going to say it for everyone here in the community, in the group. Okay. Sometimes we take a bad photo. Sometimes it is just you. Okay. And that does not come with a lack of self-love. We love ourselves. Okay. We're all doing our best. But sometimes, I hate to say it, sometimes it's us. Sometimes it's us, and sometimes we've just taken a bad photo. What I think is hilarious is when we as friends post a photo where we know we look good. We know we look good. We know we have showed up with our best selves. The hair is primed and ready to go. The McDonald's fries are in their casings. Everything is working. We know when the photo's good for us. And we know the feeling of disregarding the fact that there are some L's in the photo of other friends. And what do we do when they go, oh my God, this is such a bad picture of me? What do we say? No, it's not. You're crazy. You're beautiful. You're nuts. The audacity of us gaslighting our friends for the sake of a good photo for us, legendary behavior. It is, I think, an animal instinct we'll never shake. We will never shake. That's why every bride uses their wedding photos for the rest of their life when they're like saying Happy Mother's Day or Father's Day or Best Friend Day. Best Friend Day in my hungover brain meant birthday. You can have it. You're welcome. My hair looked so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. When I got home in my drunken stupor, McDonald's on the way, I just took a look at myself and I went, wow. You've really been outside today. You know that feeling? You've just really been outside. And I just, yeah. Anyways, the photo was, the photos happened and they are what they are. And wow. The next thing I want to bring up, and I'm wondering if I'm alone in this, and I don't think that I am, but I am Canadian. Happily Canadian. I don't know why I had to say that. I guess Americans are always like, I'm proud to be American. And Canadians are like, oh yeah. I feel like as Canadians, we really miss out on like so many goodies. Like, especially if you're like on TikTok or, you know, online and you see like, oh my God, like the best summer Amazon sets. And like you see these clothes that these women are wearing. You're like, wow, that's like really cute. And then they never link it. So then you got to go search for it like a psychopath. And then I'm like, why am I indulging Jenny Styles 256 so much? You know, why is she making me work so hard? Why doesn't she just show me the photo and name of the Amazon product? I know she wants me to go to her storefront and now I'm upset and now I don't want to go. But all these like Amazon sets or like really cool housewares or like makeup or whatever, and it's like never available in Canada. It's never available in Canada and it sucks. I'm over it. I'm just simply over it. And I think we like, if you're listening to this or watching this, and you're from Canada and you have found good sets, share them with me. Where are the Amazon clothes? Because I'm looking on my Amazon for them because I'm like, oh, I want some cute, fun pants for summer. Like, don't I deserve nice things besides Amanda Marshall merch? And then I can't find it. Or if I do, it's like I have to pay like an import fee through Prime. And then it's going to come here in August when fun pants season is but on its closing departure. What am I to do with that? What are we all to do with that? It's too much. And I feel like the Canadian offerings, they're never as cute and they're never as fun. And it really makes me feel like I'm missing out. I feel like in like some skincare that I really want to try, some makeup stuff I really want to try, not available in Canada. Sorry, they say. Sorry, working on it. I don't know if you are. I don't know if you are. You don't think Canadians deserve nice things? We deserve nice things. And I will say this, one of my greatest fears of all time is duties, is paying duty. So stupid. When it says like, it'll calculate duties later, or like there have been times where I've like ordered something online, it's come to my house and then I have to pay duties, or it's like FedEx sends me a bill and I'm like, excusez-moi, mes amis. Excusez-moi. What? No, it's just not, I'm just not. And if you are going to charge me duties, do it in the shipping. Okay. Figure it out. I find it very scary. It's a big no, thank you. And this also gets me to my product recommendation. So what I want to talk about is for my thin hair gals, because it is a tough life. It's a tough life. It's hard. It's not made for us. The shampoo that works for everyone, it's not working for us. It's too heavy. Oily hair, washing our hair every day because we have to. We have to. And hold on, my dog's crying. Let me let him in. Yes, Burger? You're going to hear Burger panting and there's nothing I can do about it. He's just old. He's living his life. He's picking up the biggest bone he can and he's taking himself to his bed. So maybe we'll hear some crunching, but I think it'll be fine. If you hear some crunching, just imagine the oldest bulldog you know, just having a good chomp. Here's the thing. The thing about having thin hair is that it's rough. Okay, I know. And I'm saying this to myself as well, know that I'm also in the conversation. Okay. We need to recognize, and I feel like we don't talk about this enough. We have to recognize our limitations in our hair department. And yes, I know like you can have your hair however you want. And I do see styles all the time. And I'm like, why can't I just do that? I'm sure you're listening to this and going like, oh, just do whatever you want. Don't listen to anyone. Sometimes you have to listen to people, professionals. I want bangs. I've tried bangs multiple times. I've tried bangs so much that even if I say the word bangs in front of friends, they scream at me, do not, no. And that sucks because we all want what we can't have. And I think once we realize like what we're working with, I think that's where success starts to grow. Once we know what we're working with. I have thin ass nothing hair. Like, when people try and tell me they have thin hair and they're like, I have thin hair, but like a lot of it. Okay, cool. So to me, that's not thin. I have thin hair and like two of them, right? And the two of them are trying their goddamn best to do good things. I can't get layers. Who am I joking? I can't get bangs. It's too thin. My forehead's too small and it's just too thin. And I was struggling at Amanda Marshall with like medium length hair in a clip. What am I going to do when I sweat in the summer with a thin ass bang? Okay. That illusion's going to drop real quick. It's, oh God, I've been there. It's hard. The last time I got bangs, I had just gotten divorced. I cut my hair super short. And I think this stylist, and no offense to herself, I must have been jumping on a trampoline because she gave me very shaggy baby bangs, very short bangs. It was rough. I remember walking in to work after I had done that dramatique haircut, and my friend's first response was, "It will grow back." But that was before they even tried to pretend to compliment the haircut. It will grow back. Okay. So I've done it all. I've permed my hair trillions of times. I dye my hair, and I do all of the things. And here's some things that are working for me that I will share with you, and products that I really enjoy. The first thing is I have been using extensions for the last couple of years. And I've really been liking it. I do think my hair got thinner from the extensions. I know that they say that that doesn't happen, but it felt thinner getting them removed. And I feel like the thickness has started to come back a little bit, but I foresee myself doing extensions again because, let's face it, my hair is very thin, and for the work that I do, I will need them. I really like clip-in extensions when someone else does them for me. I think doing clip-in extensions with thin hair is like kind of hard sometimes because we can't see the back of our head. And if I'm being quite honest with you, I also don't care about the back of my head. I wish I did, but even when I'm curling my hair, I'll like curl one and go, that's fine. Like, I'm over it. I don't want to hear about it and I don't want to see it. Also, because I have like my part in my hair goes all the way back. So I do have some splitting at the back, and I'm like, whatever, Dorit, just figure it out in the back. I call the back of my head Dorit. I actually don't. That's the first time I've said it. Let's see if it works. I don't know if it'll stick. Here are some products I've been experimenting with for the last couple of months that I've really enjoyed. And I find that they actually work. And some products and some like routines that I've been doing with my thin hair that I realize have like allowed my scalp to not be so oily, because if you have thin hair, you have to wash your hair every day. Like unless I'm putting it up in a top knot. But there's nothing more humbling than like having a really cute top knot that's like, combed out and it looks big. And then you go outside and there's one gust of wind, and then like your scary ponytail is exposed and like all the hair is depleted into one little thing. I have really been scared of conditioner like my whole life, because like I would, growing up, I would have drugstore shampoo, drugstore conditioner, and I wouldn't be strategic with the way that I was conditioning my hair. And again, I'm not a hairstylist, so I'm sure if you're listening to this, you'll be like, you're doing it all wrong, but this is what's working for me. And some people will be like, I didn't even know you had thin hair. And I think they're lying. Like, we lie to our friends when we know that they don't look good in the photo, but we do. So I'll hold that. I don't think we are not conditioning our hair right as thin haired gals. And I will tell you that I've started doing some things that have really changed the game. First of all, K18. Everyone talks about this, the bonding repair. Like, I know this looks like dry shit, but I need to get a haircut. But K18 has even fixed these like frazzled demons. K18, you can go to Sephora. It is expensive, but if you have thin hair, you literally do not need a lot. It is the K18 molecular hair mask. It's very, very expensive. I got the mini size. It's $36. The standard size is $89.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
And I want to be clear, when I'm recommending products, like, I want you to know, like, I am a drugstore girl. Like, I only do drugstore. I only started experimenting with Sephora in the last couple of years. Like, I love drugstore products. So please know, if I'm telling you, like, I know this is a little expensive, but like, I'm telling you it works. But the K18 leave-in molecular repair hair mask, I know everyone's talking about it on TikTok, but in case you're not on there, or if you are on Instagram Reels, you probably won't see this for another year and a half, but it'll catch up to you. But everyone's talking about K18. You basically do like, and for me, again, very thin hair, I do a pump and I rub it together, because they say that this, woman said it once with confidence. And so I've been listening to her. I rub it and it kind of like froths up a little bit, or it just gets more white. And then I put that just in my ends to mids, and then you leave it. And I was like, okay. Cause when you have thin hair, you're like, okay, that's like, how do I just go about my business? Like, it's going to be greasy the whole day. It's not. And it's amazing. When you have thin hair, you know that your ends like break. There's so much breakage. You have to be so fragile with your hair. Or your hair is so whatever. I mean, I already have thin hair. I can't be beholden to the dialogue about it. So K18, I've been really loving for my ends. And again, it is really freaking expensive. So if you can't get that, I completely understand. I would also recommend Amika. Amika has this like bond hair mask. And I always get travel size. If you have thin hair, get travel size. Even though if you're like, I love it, I need the full size. If you can afford it, go for it. Like live that life. Like what a decadent shower. But for me, I can't justify it. Sometimes the cost is so high, but I really love Amika. That's also at Sephora, but you can get a travel size of this like Bond mask. It's in a green bottle. I'll put it up right here. If you're watching, you can see it. And if you subscribe to the newsletter, I will put it in a link. And so you can go check it out. That's been amazing. Sometimes I will use that just as conditioner. I'll like put again, we have thin hair people. I know we love putting a bunch of product in our hand. We don't need it. I'll do that. I'll rub my hands in it a little bit. I don't know why I do that, but I feel like it just gets things moving. And again, just in the ends to mids. And then what I will do when I have like barely any product left, barely any product left in the shower, tap the top. Because what happens sometimes, I feel like when you have thin hair, people are like, well, don't condition your roots. It's like, but then the top of your hair is frizzy. And it's like, what am I to do with that? I've got to go to the bank just like you do, Denise. Okay. Can't be going to the bank looking like a crazy person. Sorry about it. Not happening. So I love the K18, like protecting the ends. I also love, because our hair is fragile. And I know we hate to say it. I know we hate to admit it, but it is. And so I've upped my game. I was using the Tresemme heat protectant and it's fine. But I really, really love the Bumble and Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil Primer. It's awesome. Your hair does not get freaking greasy. Again, when I'm like doing the protectant, I know I'm only curling my mids to ends. So I don't spray as much on the top of my head. I have done that unfortunately sometimes. And we've had to do a slick back bun. Okay. Which that's a whole nother episode because thin haired people doing slick back bun, we look like we just went on a water slide and like had to go to dinner immediately after. Like I've never seen like I cannot pull off the slick back bun. And especially it would need to have a part in the middle. See, Burger's even upset. He's like up eating his bone because he's upset about it. The Bumble and Bumble is pricey. I get the travel size. I now love it so much that I've gotten a huge size, but I'm not currently working, so I don't actually like do my hair in that way. But you can get a tiny thing of it, the 60 mil. That's what I have, and that's what I use mostly. If I'm not like heating my hair a bunch, but it's only $17, and it's really good. I really enjoy it. It's like weightless. Weightless. Love it. And the last thing I'm going to recommend and again, if you want more thin hair products, I'm happy to do like all of the things I love as a person with thin hair because I feel like we can work with it. We just have to admit that it's thin and that sometimes we don't get what everyone else gets. You know, that there's a tough side of having thick hair. Like I can't even imagine drying it. I remember when I got extensions and I was drying my hair for the first time and I was like, how the fucking long is this going to take? So I get it. There's pros and cons. So we've got the K18 or the Amika Bond mask. I am loving, like I said, the Bumble and Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil. Okay, the other product I would say that you really will be your friend is dry shampoo. Now, not in the way that maybe you think. What I like to do is, my routine would be washing my hair. Right now, I'm trying the Kerastase Densité shampoo. It's like very expensive. I think after I got my extensions out, I just felt my hair was so thin. I was like looking for anything to really like change me and like help me grow hair. It was really expensive. I wouldn't say my hair feels thicker. I know I've been like switching up my routine, which if you're interested in have thin hair, I can get into, but like sometimes I'll like double clarify or I'll do like a detox shampoo, like and remove all the gunk. And I feel like that really has made my scalp less oily, which I feel gives me more volume. So I don't know if it's that or this shampoo. So I don't want to like recommend it right now because it's really expensive and I'm really not seeing, as you can see from this video, like life-changing results. But the dry shampoo of it all is really all you need. So if you're like on a budget, okay, motorcycle, on a Saturday after Amanda Marshall, but the K18, which after, I think they say like use it every day for like 4 days and then only use it like every 2 weeks or something. So it's like, if you buy that little bottle, it will last. Like I bought that bottle like 4 months ago and I'm still using it. Like not even close to ending, like not even close to it being done. So, and I don't use that much of the Bond mask from Amika because again, our hair is thin. It's really, really good. Really good. Then I do the Bumble and Bumble Invisible Primer Oil, dry the hair. And then the key with thin hair is immediately hit the root, hit the two sides, hit the back, hit the underneath with a bit of dry shampoo from far away. Thin hair people, we're doing stuff too close. Get that hairspray out to here. Okay, get the dry shampoo out to here. I like the Living Proof one just because it smells really nice, and I'm sure the fragrance is not doing me any favors, but I love it. And some people are like, oh my God, you smell really good. What a compliment to get. What a compliment to love. But then before styling, two. That's going to change the game. And you can pick whatever dry shampoo you like. Again, I love Living Proof. I've tried them all and I really like that one. I know they did a massive recall on Dove. That was a real hit to my heart because the Dove volumizing dry shampoo was my favorite. Anyways, I feel like I could talk about having thin hair forever because it's my daily life. Those are my products right now because I feel like having thin hair is like it's so hard. It's such an emotional, it's just like all you want is bouncy, beautiful hair. And there's nothing worse than when you see yourself being bouncing around and your hair is just like a feather just slowly falling. I had a video of me like shaking my hair out by accident in slow-mo, and it was humbling. So I know that it can be like really shitty, and we try and like pretend it's not happening, or at least I'm like, no, whatever. But after having extensions and like feeling that full haired fantasy and now being back to the real deal, it's such a place of like not feeling great about yourself. And I'm certainly in that space where I'm just not feeling great. And I haven't figured out my haircut yet. And I feel like once I figure out the cut, I know I've gotten advice from a lot of hairstylists I adore. If you have any suggestions, be kind. But, you see like TikTok and Instagram and social media, it's like the French bob, the Parisian bob, these fun layers, people having fun with bangs, really cute texture wave. And it's like when you have thin hair, it's like blunt bob, keep it moving. So it kind of stinks sometimes when you feel like you can't have fun with your hair. So I hope these products give you a little bit of a boost and make you feel really good about yourself because, I know that when I feel like I look really great, then I can have an unabashed, whimsical time at Amanda Marshall and drink too much Prosecco and buy all of the merchandise, And at least in that moment, I felt amazing until the photos come back and we see the reality. So let me know if you tried those products and you like them or if you want more information on them. I hope I didn't overwhelm. And again, if you're listening to this, I will link the products I talked about, or you can sign up for my newsletter. And again, I'm not sponsored by these people. This is just stuff I really enjoy. And I would be telling you this even if you didn't ask, okay? I would force it upon you. So know that. And it's, I hope that you enjoy them. And if you have hair products, if you're a gal or thin-haired person out there who has products that you really enjoy that have really helped you as well, send them my way. I want nice things too. We all deserve nice things, so send them my way and share them, and then I'll share them as well. But again, pals, we've done it. We've chatted. Let me know how you're feeling. How's everyone doing out there? Summer is upon us. What are our plans? Who are we loving? Who are we hating? How are we thriving? What are we eating? I want to know that especially. I can't wait to see you next week. I adore you all. Be safe. Wear sunscreen. And I got to end this. Bye.